Cue the Christmas music. Dun, 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 dun. Guess what? It's Christmas time.
Holiday season.
Did you know that this is literally the only decoration in our entire house right now? We do have the Christmas lights outside.
We do.
Well, that's it.
I think this year is just time has flown by and we've had a lot going on and it just hasn't gotten all Christmassy. And David talked about how, without snow this winter, doesn't really feel like Christmas for us either. It made me think about something that I'm sure a lot of people have already seen and heard a ton of different times, a ton of different ways, but I think it's something that's really important to reiterate is that something that I know, at least for us, it's okay if you want to have, the typical traditions and things like that, but it's okay if your holidays look different than the norm or than, the stereotypes. It is okay for your holidays to look different. It's okay to take things easy, and our holiday this year is going to look different from even our own holidays in the past based on what our family needs right now. I think that the pressure of holidays can be a lot for people, and to give yourself and other people grace, as well as for people like Braylee, a lot of the holiday stuff is very overwhelming. There can be unfamiliar foods and peoples, the hectic feeling and the rush that can accompany like running errands or cooking for a full day before you have guests or before you're going somewhere and traveling a lot. There's a lot that goes into it that I can see being overwhelming, and a lot of people this time of year can be sad that their holidays look different, and I just want to let people know that that's okay for things to look different. Your holidays are your family's, and your holiday doesn't have to look like anybody else's holiday. Say we prefer Christmas or whatever holiday to look a certain way, but it's easier on Braylee to have it differently. It's her holiday too. And she deserves to be able to enjoy those events and those days just as much as anybody else and have things that she prefers. And there are a lot of ways to do that. You can have a place for a break.
We have to do an electric break, music break. There is one thing I am going to miss this year, since we have not found a way to get a tree. The annual Christmas tree toss. And on January 1st, you remember last year, I did it in barefoot, and this year I was going to do something even more extreme. For one, there's probably not going to be any snow out there, so that's not very fun. And for two, we just don't have a Christmas tree. It didn't happen.
Okay.
Christmas tree, it didn't happen this year.
It's kind of conflicting because we say stuff like nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, but then at the same token, there's always next year. You know what I mean? It's kind of enjoying things in the moment, but if they're not what you consider perfect or what you wanted or, just any sort of goals or what you had in mind, it's okay. You can always try next year. It's just like having a bad day or something. You can try again the next day.
And sorry if this video is a little dark. She's been anti-lights lately. It's I'm actually surprised she let me open the curtain today.
Yeah.
Usually she's right behind me closing it.
I was going to say recently she's having a really hard time leaving lights on. She's the only one allowed to turn or turn off lights. So sometimes if we do have a light on, it's because she turned it on.
Like that one.
But
like the bathroom
one that she turned on. But yeah, I think that's important though to recognize, and some things that are helpful are making sure that you limit time with overstimulating situations. So we learned over the years that sometimes having to leave early is okay, and making sure that Braylee has foods to eat and things that make her comfortable, or even hosting people at your home so that it's more comfortable for them in their space. I also think having a quiet room when they get overstimulated with some sensory toys and tools to decompress and everything. That it's okay for her to not engage and just be off doing her own thing and not pressuring to keep her in, you know, Moana.
Music break.
But really thinking of your loved ones and their comfort level to make an enjoyable time of the season for everybody. Doing activities that they like to do and like present opening, adapt it to what they prefer. For a while, Braylee preferred opening gift bags, and then we found she likes instead to open wrapped presents or spanning them out a time so it's not all at once, and the fast transition between gifts is overwhelming for her. So really just knowing your loved one, what works best for you guys, and that it's okay. It can look however you want it to look.
It can even just be a Christmas tree on a couch chair. I think part of it too is also giving yourself some breaks and grace from the decoration and the hustle of Christmas time and holidays. We don't need Christmas lights all over the place to have a good day.
You don't have to do it all to make the holidays.
Yeah, everything doesn't have to be done to have a good holiday. Christmas is in like 6 days, and there's nothing in this house or nothing in our lives are prepared for that Christmas day. But you know what? We're good. You know why? Do you remember our last video? We got to spend some quality time with people, with our friends. I think that's more important than some decorations getting thrown up on the house. Big ass Christmas tree being hauled in and becoming an extreme fire hazard, because have you seen a Christmas tree getting lit on fire? Woof. Literal.
That's what it says.
Literal woof. Yes, I'm gonna miss out on the festivities of getting our house all fun and done, but I'm okay with it. Stacy's okay with it. You don't need no decorations in our house. If you've been watching for a while, you've heard me say it like, oh, I need to get this done. I need to get some lights up. I need to get a Christmas tree. We need to get a Christmas tree. All these things I've been saying that we need to do. We actually don't need to do any of those things, and Christmas is gonna happen without a Christmas tree. And guess what? The day after Christmas, we're still gonna be okay. Right, Braylee? We're gonna go see some lights and stuff for Braylee, of course. But we don't need them right in this house. I'm just driving this point home over and over. Braylee definitely doesn't.
Well, some things have to be a certain way for Braylee.
Things do have to be a certain way for Braylee, yes. For now. What a messy car. Wow. Whew, I got some errands to run now. Picking up a Christmas present for Grandma Pam. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? I want to ask you this last question before we go. I don't think I have any questions. Since you made it through to the end of this video, I have an announcement to make. January is showing up sooner than later. You've been asking, at least I know one of you have been asking, are you doing live streams again? Ha ha ha! January, be on the lookout.